Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is a Sunday morning. It's a coffee kind of morning. Just made it so it's nice and hot. Wanted to do a VCLT review from another fine album that was sent to me by Aaron Mutha Alamare. Love this guy. He's just amazing. One day I hope to meet. He sends some fine albums. He researches what you are into. He takes that time to do so, and then he sends you what he thinks you would like. And what he sent me, I definitely like. So we're going to talk about this album and this band today. Thank you, Aaron, for sending me this. I love it. This is the Geils Band, Bloodshot. As you can see, it's in damn near mint condition. Mo-fi sleeve, red vinyl. You know, what do you want? This is the third studio album by them. I'll talk about the other albums that I have by them as well. But yeah, thank you, Aaron, for this. I love this album. It's so good, and I love the band as well. Short-lived, in a way, because they are no longer. But they were formed by, pardon me, they were formed in 1967, which I can't believe that they've been around that long. Back in the day, I think of them as a late 70s, early 80s type of band. But 1967, that was a long time. From Worcester, Massachusetts. Originally formed by John J. Geils and Richard Solwitz, or known as Magic Dick. He's an amazing harmonica player. And Peter Wolf, of course, amazing vocalist. Seth Justman, Danny Klein, and Jay Geils and Joe Blad, or Stefan Joe Blad, sorry. They're a great band, blend of rock, rhythm and blues, new wave, rockabilly. They're in that type of genre, and it's just great, fun stuff to listen to. They were winners in 1883 at the Canada Juno Awards for International Album of the Year for Freeze Frame. A great album of theirs, probably their most commercially successful album. 1983's Grammy Awards for Best Rock Performance of Centerfold, their big hit. And the American Music Awards winner for Favorite Duo or Group. So 83 was definitely their year. It was their peak. After that, they kind of disbanded. But yeah. Vocalist Seth Justman, who also plays keyboards, and vocalist Peter Wolf did most of the great writing for the band. After the peak in the 80s, Peter Wolf left the band, and Seth Justman took over lead vocals. But unfortunately, it didn't last too long. They released their last album in '84, and then they broke up in early '85. So between '67 and '85, that's when they had their heyday. But early to mid '80s was their peak, and some great stuff. But up till then, some great rockin' albums. I'll show you those in just a second. So I already showed you the cover of Bloodshot, but it also happens to be the albums in order that I have as well. So I don't have their first two albums, but this is when they became the Geils Band. I think that's if I'm saying that correctly. The first two albums were kind of an introductory, trying to get to know each other, and then they became the Geils Band with this album. And so the third studio album, breakthrough album for the band, as I said, reaching number 10 of the Billboard's 200. Great party rock. Band sounds tight and funky. Um, Jay Geils is a great guitarist. Underrated, of course, as a lot of great guitarists are. And Europe's through a lot of these songs. Some great licks. It has everything: great rock, boogie, soul, blues shuffle. These guys can definitely rock. So again, Bloodshot was as I said, the first two albums were they were just getting to um, find their form, and then Bloodshot came around, and that just skyrocketed them. Another great release, Ladies Invited. It's on the Atlantic label. Ladies Invited, fourth studio album by the band. The art on the cover, kind of a Picasso-looking art cover, is supposed to represent Faye Dunaway, the actress Faye Dunaway, and the artist's name was Antonio. He's a fashion artist. Faye Dunaway was married to Peter Wolf at the time. So I can't see Faye Dunaway in that myself. I'm not an artiste, but okay. It's a Picasso kind of looking thing. It's another great party album. A lot of great ballads on this one as well. Peter Wolf, a great vocalist, and definitely an underrated album. Again, from Bloodshot, they just kind of kept on going like this. 1974's. So keep in mind, Bloodshot and Ladies Invited were both released in 73. So again, a rare thing for a band. There was a lot that did that, but a rare thing for a band to put out back-to-back albums, and this one didn't come too far into 74. So this is 74's release. This is Nightmares and Other Tales from the Vinyl Jungle. It's on the Yellow Atlantic label. Fifth studio album by the band. Another great album. And it was, again, building up to one of their best albums ever that they put out. So they just kept on going and going and going, making stronger albums, putting out cool tunes. They had a song on here called Stoop Down 39, or number 39. Kind of a dig at the James Gang Funk 49. So that's just the kind of band where they didn't take themselves too seriously. It's a harder edge album than Ladies Invited. Lots of bluesy tracks, great harmonica and piano duos going on a great funky album. And then jump ahead to the 80s. I'm missing a fair chunk of their albums from the 70s, but we go ahead to Love Stinks. I love this cover as well. It's on the pink EMI label. Beautiful EMI label. So Love Stinks is their 9th studio album. Of course, the big hit, the title track, Love Stinks, on this one. It's been covered by the industrial band Bile, by Andre Branch of in the film Love Stinks, Joan Jett in the film Mr. Wrong, and Adam Sandler, the great. I love that movie, The Wedding Singer. He covers it in the album, in the movie as well. So Love Stinks is again a big hit for the Geils Band. And the album was more commercially successful than their previous albums, but it didn't take away from the traditional rock and roll and their boogie woogie stuff and great ballads. Another great gem. And probably their most commercially successful album is Freeze Frame. Another cool cover. This is on the Yellow EMI label. And awesome album, one of my favorites. Freeze Frame, 10th studio album by the band, and the last album, unfortunately, to feature Peter Wolf. Big #1 hit on the Billboard's 200s in 1982, and it would stay on #1 for 4 weeks. So it was huge, 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 huge. MTV, Much Music, you know, the video era. Centerfold and Freeze Frame, 2 big hits off of this album, both top 10s, and Angel in Blue was a top 40 hit on this one as well. Again, one of my favorites. So they built and built and built, and then unfortunately they plateaued, and that was it. And then finally, I have a great live album by these guys. This is Showtime. Historic live album, entertaining, informative, and fun. Love that red EMI label. It's recorded at the Pine Knobs Music Theater in Clarkson, Michigan, and they play with a party attitude. They just have a great time doing it. But it would be also their 3rd and last live album as well. Apparently the first two are even better than this one, so I've got to find those somewhere. But yeah, so there you have it, Geils Band. If you don't know these guys, again, no one talks about them on the VC. I'm not sure why. They're a great band. A lot of good songs on here, and great rockin' band. Lots of great lead guitar, party blues, funky stuff. What's not to like? What's not to like? So, thank you again, Aaron, for sending me this amazing VCLT. I've got more to show you coming up. I've still got my Albums to Discover series on Discog Shuffle. I've got to keep going on that one, but there's been so many contests. I've found some great record buys lately, and just I'll get to them for sure. I'll get to them, but again, thank you. Anyway, guys, take care. Have yourself a great rest of the day. It's kind of a rainy day here in Belleville, Ontario, Canada, but hey, it's Sunday. I'm going to relax. Take care, guys. Take care. I love you. Bye now.